Well, there's a big difference between mediation and going to court. When you're in court, you basically have put all the decision-making into somebody else's hands who doesn't know anything about you or your family and who has literally hundreds of other cases on their docket. So it's really not a fair way to get yourself heard. If you want to be heard, go to mediation because it is a private situation. It can be done as quickly or as slowly as you want. It can be done in one session, it can be done in 2, 5 sessions, it can be done with attorneys, without attorneys, although with attorneys is an excellent idea. So mediation is where you get together in a private setting outside of court, and a mediator who's a neutral third party will help you facilitate that discussion and get to resolution on all of your issues. And then that mediator is going to put together a term sheet, and then your attorneys are going to take that and do what they will do to get the case settled. It's very low stress, it is casual, you can wear whatever you want and talk about whatever you want. Whereas in court, it's very formal, there are many, many rules, and there are only certain things that you can talk about. Whereas mediation is a lot more flexible. The mediator represents the idea of a resolution. So they're there to help. They're a neutral person. So this person actually can't give legal advice. This person also can't make decisions either. It's not a judge. So when you're going to a mediator, it's kind of like if you imagine sitting around a dining room table with somebody who can help facilitate this conversation between you and your spouse about anything you want to talk about, then that is what a mediator is. And what they're not is they're not representing anyone. Mediation is a great place to be because you can talk about anything. Anything from who keeps the car to all the way to, let's say we have a substance abuse problem. So we can talk about, everything becomes talk aboutable in mediation, even more so than in court. You can talk about anything you want to in mediation, and all your special issues, all of the things that you wouldn't necessarily want to bring up to a judge. Let's say maybe even you have some issues with like maybe the IRS or something. A private situation to talk about those issues is really good as compared to court. Mediation's great, but it's not a magic wand. So what happens if you get to the end and you just can't get there? It's voluntary, it's private, but if it just doesn't get there, then you're gonna have to go to a judge. And the judge is gonna have to make a decision on whatever you were not able to work out in mediation. And it could be everything from soup to nuts. It could be just a couple of issues that are unresolved. But if they're unresolved, then you're gonna have to have somebody make the call if you can't get there yourselves. Is a mediated divorce agreement legally binding? Any signed writing having to do with your divorce is legally binding. So be careful out there. Make sure that the agreement says exactly what you want it to say, because once it's signed, it's binding. It's a legally binding contractual agreement between yourself and your spouse. You can't really walk it back unless you both agree to walk it back. I will say that mediators don't generally have you sign an agreement. That's the role of your attorneys. So the mediator will come up with what the terms are gonna be. So this is what the parenting plan looks like, and this is what alimony is gonna look like, and this is how we're gonna divide the assets. But that term sheet then goes to the attorneys to put together a formal agreement, which then will be signed and accepted by the court as a full resolution of your issue so you can get your divorce.